certainly some positives to build on. We were certainly, aggressive. I thought the kids played hard. I think, it's going to come down to, I think we took care of the football most of the night, but creating explosives. And I think that's the biggest thing is just feeling, plays, the 5-yard players are going for 5 yards. And we're just, we got to find ways to create some bigger chunk plays. And obviously that's the one in this game that I think we're going to feel the most.
That first drive
you guys talked to Bush. You guys had ran the ball well all night. You get to the 50 there, and you guys go back-to-back passes after the 3-yard gain. Is that something you kind of looking back at?
Yeah, maybe. We should take some time to reflect on it. I wanted to be aggressive, though. I didn't want to put us just in a situation where we were in another third down. We thought we had been in that personnel group and ran the ball a good amount, and we liked the shot, and we took it. So, again, for me and where we're at right now, I think some of that third down execution is something we got to improve on, and as much as we can try to get first downs on first and second down, we're going to have to try to do that.
Bruce, you guys have played 2 really good defenses back to back. Where do you think the passing game is right now?
Obviously room for improvement. I think it's on us as a whole. I think there's constantly the decision. Do you get extra chips and you get extra guys in there to shore up the protection? If you do that, you're obviously not releasing as many guys down the field. So it's a give or take there. But again, I think we need to certainly take a step forward this coming week and continue to build what we can build.
Brock took quite a few licks last week, and I think it was the second snap. There was a free blitzer coming, and he was in his own end zone. What did he show you by not getting rattled back?
I thought that was as resilient a performance as I've seen from a quarterback in a long time. I just think, his athleticism to extend plays there certainly all night kept us in drives. So, again, he gave us a chance, and that's really all we can ask for.
I know you didn't get in the end zone, but do you feel like you all kind of found a little something, maybe a little bit of identity as an offense?
It's hard to say, right, when you just keep settling for field goal after field goal. And so it's just frustrating with the way our defense is playing, obviously. I thought it was more of an aggressive nature. Certainly was proud of our guys and how we ran the ball, but we got to work to become a complete offense.
Mark was just talking about the sequence at the end of the first half. You don't want to get a strip sack. You don't want to risk not going in with the lead at halftime. But how do you balance that need to keep the ball with maybe your best chance to throw it in the end zone?
Yeah, I think certainly through that first half, the way our defense was playing, I think all those decisions are the right decisions. They really are. I think the other part of that, too, is, based off the coverage you might get in those situations, balls on the 15-yard line with only a play or two, it's hard to not go and take those points in a game like this against the number 1 team in the country. So, I think we did what we had to do in certain situations to take those points. Obviously, we got to turn 3 into 7 here pretty quickly. So,
Bush, is it hard as a play caller in a game like this, in that you can run it and you're running it? And Mark said at halftime over the radio that you needed big plays to win it. Do you feel like you almost have to take some shots to try to create one of those big plays?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, I think looking back at it again, like it just had that feeling of, there weren't a bunch of chunk plays, throughout the game, and that's for whatever reason. Again, we're going to be aggressive. We're going to call the shots down the field. But that's the biggest thing. I think there's a positive. Holding on to the ball today, didn't think, the ball got loose, but that explosive play piece is going to be critical. And for us, there's no secrets of what we got to do, as a whole unit. It starts up front, quarterbacks giving them a chance, guys making plays for us to get that done.
Well, you were down talked a little bit about wanting to get the ball out a little quicker. Is that more just what happened last week, or is it he hasn't started any games, there's reps that have to be done to kind of get over that?
Yeah, I think it's something we'll look at too. It just, again, we opened, with a shorter, tight pass to get the ball out. I thought he did a good job on third downs in those situations, but big picture for us right now is we lean on protections that have more guys in there and and so getting them easier throws is obviously something we need to do.
You were down to 2 scholarship running backs. Is it difficult to lean on the running game when you've only got 2 back there?
You know, Demi's done a tremendous job. I mean, I really feel that. In every game we've played, he's been extremely solid. You know, I think the biggest thing is again, I'm proud of what Wilcox showed tonight. Thought he did some good things. Whether you lean on it, don't lean on it. There's certainly a contingency plan. If Demi goes down, you know, you got basically a freshman and a true freshman behind him of just how much they can handle. But I thought our run game did a nice job today.
Bush, I know this probably isn't the start that you've envisioned here, a weird opener, and then 2 games where you found the end zone for a touchdown. What do in-season adjustments look like for you? I mean, how does that process go as you guys try to innovate and try to change things and get better as a unit?
Yeah, I don't think there's, you know, huge overreactions, if you will. We feel like this offense has been successful for a lot of years, and I think the biggest thing right now is just confidence, you know, and just continuing to build the confidence of the guys across the board, you know, at different positions who, again, 2-3 weeks ago maybe weren't in the spot they're in, and now they are, and you certainly can do that by probably limiting a ton of scheme, to be honest with you, and giving them things they're familiar with and things we've done over and over and over again. And so I think there's some self-reflection there. I think we did do some things today that will hopefully get us to the point of taking that next step. But that's ultimately what we're trying to do.
Brock's legs were really threatening.
Have an opportunity to, you know, get him closer to the ball and you know, be able to make plays close to the line of scrimmage has been a benefit to us. You know, and we need him to continue to play at a high level.
Brad, sorry if you were asked to start about this. It was a tough week in the building, right? This whole weekend. Trying to bounce back from that. Could you sense that the guys really took that last game to heart and they came out here and played with a ton of fight?
Yeah, you know, I think everybody in this building's got a whole bunch of pride, and I think before you came over, I talked about the defensive coaching staff, and everybody in this building, from the coaches to the players, take great pride in what they do. And you know, we were not satisfied, you know, with the explosive plays that we let up last week. You know, we played good in stretches, you know, last week, but not, you know, sort of a complete game. And you know, we were a step closer this week, you know, but we need to continue to try to finish off games.
I feel like this is a performance that you guys can build on. Obviously, that was the #1 team. You know, if you guys have a you know, manageable game coming up next, and then really get into the meat of the SEC.
I mentioned it before. Like, I don't want to say this is a game that we're building. Like, it's not about that. This is what I want this game to be about, is that when they go in the film room, they realize that focused practice time, you know, and then doing your job translates, you know, and not be so result driven, but process driven. And our guys were, and we asked them to do their job and take it series by series. Good series, bad series, doesn't matter. Sit down, make the correction, go back out. And they took that mentality. They went into halftime. They were focused at halftime. They came out. Like, I'm just so proud of, you know, their effort. You know, and I'm so proud of this coaching staff in terms of, you know, their resiliency. You know, in terms of, okay, listen, we understand that there were mistakes made, and, you know, things that we got to get done, and, you know, things that we got to coach better, and we did. You know, there's still some things that we need to make sure, you know, we're tight on.
Rick said he thought he learned something about the team tonight. Do you think you learned something about the defense, or did it just confirm what you already knew about the defense?
No, I think it's, I mean, the first games of a season, like, I think you're still learning what you are, you know, because every year is different. And when you face adversity, okay, what kind of team do you have? Do you fold under it? Do you point fingers? And I thought this group, they came back, they didn't point finger at anybody. They understood that, you know, there were mistakes made last week, and, you know, we've got to get those cleaned up. They came out and they performed. I think they believe, and they should, that they can compete with anybody in the country. Now, every single week is different. You know, it does not mean that next week they're going to play the same way, unless they continue to show up, play, you know, practice with the same focus, play each drive with the same energy, you know, and if we can, you know, good things can happen.
Well, Brock, that was a tough one. How did you feel like you played?
Obviously, could have made some more plays. Giving the guys the ball on the perimeter, giving it to them. Felt like definitely just came up short a little bit, obviously, but my play could have improved. I think the O-line played well. Skill played well. The running backs ran the ball well. Just a couple plays came down to it, and got to be able to complete some of those passes.
You all were pretty efficient, but struggled to create those explosive plays. Did you think they were there, and Georgia just played well? How come those were kind of evaded you all?
The explosives or
The explosives, yeah.
Well, obviously when you have like Barry on and Dane and dudes that can just take the top off on the outsides, they're not going to give you those one-on-one matchups a lot. And as you can see, we had a couple shots dialed up and corner bails and stuff like that. So getting to just a deeper zone, and you got to take what they give you, check the ball down. And sometimes if you run out of time in the pocket, you know, got to make sure you just try to get the ball out of your hands. And but whenever they're playing deep, you know, trying to take away that stuff because of those threats on the outside, you just got to take what they give you and try to stay on task, stay on schedule.
We could tell that this game meant a lot to you, and you were getting amped up a couple of those first downs running. I mean, you making those plays with your legs, how does that help the offense so much? And you did that in week 1 too, but not much in South Carolina game.
Sure. Basically, I don't think about it too much. You know, just execute what plays come in, keep my eyes on the read keys, things of that sort. And if the read key tells me to pull it, then obviously pull it. But I think it's important. If that's what Coach Hammond thinks is important, going to do whatever he calls to the best of my abilities. And I think it's good for offense to be able to have a quarterback that can move and stuff like that. And Coach Smart actually was joking with me after about it a little bit, but definitely I think it's important.
What do you say?
What's it going to take for you guys to get the ball in the end zone?
Oh yeah, just kind of stalling out, you know, kind of around that fringe area. Rainer did a great job with his field goals today, stuff like that. But just it's like we're moving the ball well, and then just kind of stall out, and don't really have those answers for you right now. But we're gonna have to obviously watch film because well, I mean, we're dying to get in the end zone, and we got some great red area plays. And just can't get them off the call sheet because we're not there yet. But I'm not sure what the answer is to that, but obviously we're going to try to figure that out.
I know it's a loss, but do you all gain any sort of confidence offensively after playing so poorly last week and then putting some things together this week?
Yes, sir. I mean, we're not like, Coach Stoops told us in the locker room and stuff. We're not into the moral victory stuff like that. At the end of the day, it's a tally in the L column. But it's just like resiliency, like just fight, like by just freaking everyone on the team, and that's good to see. We were able to go out there and execute the plays that were called. We stressed that this week. It was a tough week of practice, and and obviously, it paid off to some extent. But we were able to get on the field, get the calls in, and it was a lot smoother on offense today. And just a couple different plays. If they would have went our ways or completed some balls, stuff like that, then obviously we're sitting here and not hanging our heads.
Brock, was it weird for you personally to be out there against Georgia?
It wasn't too weird. When I had my roommate of like 3 years, Chaz, breathing down my back a few times, that was a little intimidating. But we hugged at the end of the game, told each other we love each other. But kind of just whoever's wearing the opposite color jerseys, you know who we're going up against, and just because I know all their names and their background and stuff like that, don't really mean too much. But between the lines, it's obviously competition, but outside the lines, it's friendships and relationships for life.
So what was going through your mind on the sideline during that replay review?
I just hope they gave it to me. It's just a rare feeling crossing that line, especially playing defense. I didn't play offense. Scored a touchdown since I was in high school, so crossing that goal line, man, it's a different feeling. But man, I wish I would have let it stand. We win the game, they let it stand, but man, I can't be nothing but thankful for my guys, appreciative of my guys for their effort, how hard they played.
Was it hard to get back up after that?
No, sir. No, sir. Gotta keep playing.
Was there something extra today? That first few series, it felt like you were in on every single tackle.
I just came to play today. I played a decent game last week, fairly good game. I'm just telling myself all week, man, it don't matter how good you played last week unless you stack them. And that's my biggest goal this year, just continue to play well every week, do the best I can do for my team every week, and just lead those guys because they expected me expecting me to do my job at a high level, expecting me to lead them at a high level. So I gotta be that person for them.
What's it going to take for a ball to bounce your all's way?
Gotta keep playing football. And that's the only way we'll find out. We gotta keep playing football.
You'll have played well for, I don't know, 90% of the snaps up until this week. Do you feel like the defense got an extra step closer to being all the way there?
You know, you'll never be all the way there. There's always room for improvement, like anywhere. But like I said, everybody that suited up on the defense side of the ball, anybody that suited up today, man, gave a great effort, man, relentless effort. In tight game situations for a minute, man, we just got to execute better. But hey, can't complain.
There's a lot of people who are probably like, man, where was this last week? So where was it? What happened this week to get you all to bounce back?
I feel like we didn't the effort was there last week. The execution wasn't there. So that was the biggest thing, man. Just being able to do your job, know what you got to do, know your job. So that was just the biggest thing. Because last week, I mean, obviously, like, we didn't play full quarters of football, but you can't mope on that too much. Like, we got 12 guaranteed opportunities. And so I got to cherish that very personally. Like, it's my last go around in college football. So, like, every week, I got to give it everything I got. So I know my teammates will too.
Is this a performance that you guys can build off of?
For sure. Like, today is only a stepping stone for tomorrow. So, like, if we don't come ready to go to work on Monday, I'm pretty sure Coach Stu's going to let us know about it. But, like, as a leader, like, I got to be ready to go so my team can show, like, you know. But we don't do moral victories around here. Like, we lost today. So, you're not ready to go to work on Monday, you got to look yourself in the mirror.
What'd you see on that? I mean, obviously, you saw the ball, you caught it, and you ran it back. But what were you thinking when you were going through that video review?
It was just more talking to my teammates because I was like, was bro about to run me down? And they was like, it looked like it. And I was like, nah, he wasn't going to beat me to the pylon. But, man, just a good moment, fun moment. It's still on tape. So that's the best part.
You were flying around there. Distance. You got distance. And how did you develop it?
You know, I feel like there's a lot of doubters out there. You know, I just put my head down and work my whole career. You know, I've been doing this a while. And once again, I'm thankful for this team.
Yeah, it's obviously not an individual effort. Who's helped you the most in terms of these improvements that you are talking about?
Andrew Gantz. That's my coach. He's based out of Ohio.
Anything specifically, physically, mentally, that he's worked on?
Just about everything.
I don't know if you were on the field, but the play there when you all punted and Georgia was trying to run out the clock and they hit the big pass. What'd you see on that play, if anything?
I mean, really just honestly probably just a little miscommunication with some of the players and the call. But yeah, I mean, that's something that, you know, we're going to watch coming on Monday and watch and then fix it so it won't happen ever again.
By that last drive that they had there, completing that sail route over the middle, just what were you guys seeing defensively and how just kind of get through you guys there a little bit?
Say it again one more time.
On that last drive, that kind of just extended it and sort of sealed it off time-wise.
I mean, you know, I just seen him running the sail route, and I believe I was in the post. So I just seen him running the sail route, and then I just tried to rally to the ball as fast as I could because my eyes on the quarterback. I just seen he was throwing in that direction. So, but yeah, too little, too late.
And you mentioned, I think, so Mark and even Brad was saying how tough it's been in this building this week, but for you guys to be able to respond, and Stoops added that there's no moral victories here, but there's no reason to be completely upset with how you guys played. How did you feel just as one of those players that were playing out there tonight?
It hurts. It really does. And you know, I grew up not saying like almost. You know what I'm saying? It's either you didn't or you did. So and we weren't able to get it done today. So it definitely hurts, especially the fact that like we laid it all on the line today. We were just a few plays away, and you know, Coach Stupid mentioned the fumble at the end of the game. You know, just one day the fumble's going to go our way. You know, we seen a lot of balls on the ground against South Carolina, and it didn't go our way. So, but one day it's going to be on the ground, it's going to go our way, and it's going to change the whole outcome of the game. So,
Are you guys just getting bad bounces, or is Kentucky just bad at recovering fumbles?
nah, we're not bad at recovering fumbles. Trust me, we do a lot of that. But I think it is just a bad bounce. You know, I seen something when I was still in high school. It was about sports science, and it was talking about the football and. You know, you never know where the football's going to bounce. You know, you could drop the football from the exact same spot 100 times and it could bounce 100 different ways. So, yeah, I just think it's just bad bounces at the end of the day.